Hi, my name is Angela Lovatt from Swansway Group Fleet Department. I'd like to just give you a few pointers on the key features of your new Land Rover Discovery Sport and also some basic maintenance tips. We start with your key. We have the unlock button here, which if you press it once will just release the driver's door. Twice in quick succession will release all the vehicle doors. And two-stage again for your lock. If you press it once, it will just lock the vehicle. Twice will actually arm the alarm. Some vehicles have a remote boot release. We also have remote light activation. And this is the emergency button here should you need it, which will activate both the lights and the alarm. In terms of being able to carry out basic maintenance, you'll need to open the bonnet, which is done behind the passenger footwell, where there's a lever which you need to pull firmly towards you, and you'll hear the bonnet release. We move around to the front of the car. And in the centre of the bonnet, there's a small paddle which will allow you to raise the bonnet, which will then support itself. Our key top-up points are your coolant fluid, which goes here. The diesel emissions fluid, or AdBlue, is topped up by this point here. Your windscreen fluid reservoir is here, and your oil top-up point is here. Should you need to manually check the oil level, then the dipstick is here at the front. To close the bonnet, all you need to do is push down firmly until you hear it secure. We make our way to the back of the car. This vehicle has an electric release, but the button would be in the same position in the centre. If it were manual, you'd just need to assist the vehicle in raising the boot for you. And as we look at this aperture here, you'll find this varies in size depending whether or not you have the 5+2 seating option or whether you just have the basic 5 seat. But within this housing, you'll find your tyre repair system and also your locking wheel nut key stowed here. So just drop that down to close. And again, this is an electric boot, but if it was manual, you would just pull down until it's fully closed. In order to fuel the vehicle, as long as the car's unlocked, you just push lightly on the fuel filler flap, which will release it. And using the cap here, just push in and turn firmly anti-clockwise until it releases, and you'll see it's clearly designated what type of fuel you need to use on your Discovery Sport. To close, just push the cap back in and firmly turn it clockwise until you hear it resist. The cap can then be closed just by pushing to secure. If you need to use the functionality of rear safety locks for children, then you'll need your Discovery Sport key, and you will remove the housing to find the blade, which is then inserted into this marked slot here and turned to either activate or deactivate the child safety locks. Moving into the driver's position, the buttons on the door will vary slightly from model to model, but we do have lock and unlock in this position here, which will allow you to do that from inside the vehicle. And then your wing mirrors can be adjusted by selecting either near side or off side and then adjusting to the desired position using the toggle. Your windows can be released from inside using the buttons here, and this button will allow you to stop rear seat passengers from being able to activate the windows from the back seats. Stepping into the cabin, this vehicle has manual seat adjustment in the form of a paddle for the height and a dial here for the backrest. But where this electric control, then there will be buttons here for you to adjust to the desired position. You can also ensure the steering wheel is in the correct position by using the lever here, which must be pulled down firmly. That will allow you to adjust both the rake and the reach of the steering wheel. But it's imperative that that's re-secured fully by pushing back up into the housing and ensuring that it's flush. In order to start your Discovery Sport, if you have a manual version, you'll need to press the clutch pedal and use the ignition button here. And for an automatic derivative, you'll need to push on the foot brake and again use the ignition button. You'll find that with an automatic Discovery Sport, the gears are controlled by the dial, which once the ignition is activated, this will raise and you'll turn it lightly to the left and right to select your drive. The handbrake on a Discovery Sport is electric and it's situated here. This will activate and deactivate automatically, resisting slightly as the vehicle pulls away. But should you need to use the parking brake manually, you can do this by pulling or depressing the bar. Your media centre is situated here. Again, this will vary from derivative as to whether or not you have sat-nav, but it's all controlled from this centre console via the soft keys and also touch screen. Finally, looking at the steering wheel, it does vary from model to model, but there is intuitive voice recognition. Your phone controls and your media centre controls for volume are up here. Cruise control, should you have it, and also your menu selection is over on this side here. So those are just a few points on your Discovery Sport. Thank you very much for choosing a Land Rover Discovery Sport as your new vehicle. I hope you enjoy it.